Hello, and welcome to yet another episode of the Conversation Capital. Today is an exciting day. We finally have Kgopotso Thabane here. I've been trying to secure this for so long. Busy girl. And then, of course, we've got the voice of reason behind the camera, Bonga Bueta. And today we're chatting all things to do with success stories around teenage pregnancy. And it's important for me to say success story.
Yes.
Ne. Because I think very often, iba a situation of doom and gloom the moment somebody... But anyway, before we finish content, hi, Kgopotso.
Hey.
How are you?
I'm lovely. Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us. I just had a flashback to when I first met you when I was in grade 8 and you were this superstar grade 10. And only cheerleader, only she was a star. She was a star with a great skin. You know, that's who you are. And so I just had a flashback. It's so exciting to have you in this chair and chatting to you. It's been a long time coming. You're such a busy girl.
Hey, listen. Firstly, wow. Thank you for having me. You actually just said something I've never said out loud. Now they know my business.
That you were once a cheerleader. By the way, we've got a whole audience here. She's got like all her cheerleaders with her. Story for another day.
Yeah. Yikes. Thank you for having me. I remember when I actually first learned who you were. See your brother, the sweetest guy in the world, and one of my lifetime besties. Yeah, man. Batung, it's been like 100 years, right?
No, it's been 100 years. So, you know, we're chatting all things to do with, as we said, teenage pregnancy success stories around teenage pregnancy. And it was important for me to get you on the show because for me, you symbolize that. And I'll start off by telling a story of, when we were preparing for the show, Bonga kept saying, you're passionate about this topic.
Yeah.
Listen,
when we started the concept of this channel and whatever, not teenage
pregnancy.
It's important.
And,
important
and all of us are like, what's
up with this one?
Okay.
And I'll tell you, I'm that person that in a grocery store or in whatever, people like to pour their hearts out to me and I remember the one time I was speaking to somebody very specific. She was a merchandiser, but one about pekang food at a really huge grocery retailer. And once again, just one of my encounters with random people where they tell me their life story. And I remember her saying, my biggest downfall was that I fell pregnant at a young age. And you could tell that it was something, when she said it, I could tell that it was just something that's been drilled in her from the moment she fell pregnant, that because you've done this thing, you're going to amount to nothing because you've done this thing.
It's like you can never come back.
And I remember something was planted, this was a while ago, but something was planted in me to actually destigmatize that.
Yeah.
Maybe not destigmatize, but to remove that because it becomes the result because everybody says it. Your parents say it. Your auntie say it.
It becomes a norm.
It becomes this thing. Once you fall pregnant as a teenager,
believe it yourself.
Yes,
so your own life journey.
It's not so much you having to believe something after the fact that somebody has said it so many times. It's because society doesn't have a space that is welcoming of somebody who is in that situation. There is no platform. There is no... it's like you committed a crime,
Yeah, sure. That being said, let's start with your story.
My story.
Let's
story.
Go. How old were you? What happened? What was the context? What was going on?
Okay, how old was I when I conceived or gave birth?
When you conceived and gave birth.
Okay. Let's start with the conception. So I remember it like it was yesterday. This was the 2nd of November.
Sure.
2007, I was in grade 11. We were writing our final exams. I'm going to matric. Oh my gosh, like every single day, my friends are going on. I had sex. Oh my gosh, it was so great. It was this, it was that. Like now, and like you said, I was like such a big person, such a big personality. I know everything about everything. I'm always going on and on and on and on. I always have content. But this particular conversation, I have absolutely no value to add. I've got nothing to say. I can only 2 cents.
And it's surprising for one.
Yeah. Like I've got absolutely nothing to share. Now, crickets. Every time they're talking about sex, crickets. I've got nothing to add on. It's getting boring. Okay, fine. Okay, you know what? Actually, I'm just going to go ahead and do it. My baby father. Okay. My baby father is like exact same age as I am.
Okay.
He is in Riverside High. He's also under just as much pressure. He's like the fastest guy in both our schools. And now, in the Val, there's like, there's like probably 4 Afrikaans schools and maybe 2 or 3 English medium speaking schools that compete against each other.
And the competition between Riverside and Smart was huge. So
yeah, but
get
getting into Youre, it's
yes.
getting into Youre when we now meeting with the white folk. You're running against people who actually, take their running seriously.
Very seriously.
Yeah. And now here's my baby father, who's like beating these guys. He's faster than everybody.
It girl and it guy, like I see it, the pictures coming together.
And there was so much pressure around that. He's this guy, like, and give my Javani in our West, like, give my Javani showcase, everybody loves him. He's a funny guy and everything that I like in a guy, we're like, Riverside, Smarts, oh my gosh.
Boom, boom, boom.
You understand? With those guys, man, he's a virgin too. But like we both under so much pressure to like, do this thing. Because he can't say anything about it either. He has to act like he's been, he's been having sex. Even though he doesn't know anything about anything. There we are. Trying it out. Not knowing what we're doing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Don't tell me first go.
First go. First
Oh,
child.
you're joking.
I promise you. I oath. Like, he can verify this. And, like, it's so crazy. Because don't laugh. It's real. This is, like, first time.
I'm stressed for her.
And I knew immediately. Like, a lot of people go on about, like, you have to go get a test. I knew. I am with child. I am with child now. I'm no longer a child. But obviously because people, look at me and think, you're so forward or papa, everybody knows you, and we just you want to make this about you. Just because you lost your virginity, you want to come back and tell us you're pregnant now, you want us to give you more attention. Kgopotso. Honestly, relax. You did it once. All the signs of, I bled, it was so, those things didn't happen to me. But I knew, and we did use protection, but we didn't know what we were doing.
Yeah.
So we didn't know how to and what, So there I am, Monday, guys, you know what? Hey, I think I'm pregnant. Everyone is so dismissive. They're like, The very same people I regard as my closest group of friends that I'm gonna, obviously offload to and tell them I'm scared. I am still 17 at this point. I think I did it. But you guys have been in the streets. So I'm coming to tell you guys, I think I did it and I really think I'm pregnant. Everyone's just like, Kgopotso, this was on Friday. Come on.
Calm down.
Seriously, relax. But I'm serious, and I'm saying it with so much conviction. I'm serious, this is what's happened. No one's paying attention. It's like
I'm sure everyone is thinking you're fearful because it was your first go. That's why they're not taking you seriously.
But the thing also with me, I'm not scared of anything. I'm very confrontational, very aggressive. I can't think of anything that I'm scared of or anyone that I'm scared of.
So it was genuine. I knew this.
Yes, I knew. I did. And nobody believed me. So obviously, the same people I went to tell immediately were like, they downplayed the whole situation. We moved on. Months moved by. Hey, dude, now, obviously, there's nothing I can do. My mom is, if people thought I'm famous in the Val, you don't know my mom. West and Westgate. Westgate. She's West. Like, everywhere. We are doctoring, cashier, everywhere. Val is a small town.
Yeah, no, it's always like that.
And now West, we look alike.
Sure.
So, Mamang, she's just darker. But, Mamang, I can react to something. Hey, Mamang. So, I really felt like I couldn't move in my neighborhood.
Sure, it's like
I
that.
really
Small
couldn't
towns
do
are like
anything.
We're all from the Val. All 3 of us are from the Val. And
And I also have older brothers now that are like 9 years older than me. Kimafahla. You know, and wherever I move, if they don't recognize me from my mom, it's my brothers. They know me as my older brother's little sister. I'm always a baby, blah, 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 fish paste. I am that little girl. So I literally couldn't do anything about anything. I couldn't seek counsel. I couldn't, because of the stigma that's attached to teenage pregnancy, it's very difficult to seek counsel. You know, and talk to somebody who's willing to listen.
So eventually, who sees? Or did you see?
I knew from day one. I knew from the jump.
Okay, then what is it then? The commitment to, like, are you very anti, well, I don't know, are they called pro-life, or you didn't look at the option
Termination
of
was for
termination?
you.
That's what I'm. Yeah.
Everybody knows my mama.
Oh, so that's what you.
Get that guy. It wasn't, even if it was an option, my mama would be in on it, you know? I was so scared. I was terrified of my mom being told about somebody else, my mom being told by somebody else that I have disappointed her, you know? And, you know, I've always been like in a really good school, you know, like I went to Milton Primary School, I went to boarding school in Bloemfontein, I came back and I went to, General Smuts is a relatively good school.
Yeah.
It is a good school though.
Yeah,
you
at
know?
that time, Shem, it was.
Yes,
it was
then,
one of those.
You know, it's just...
Yeah.
in terms of
And then
something
what was her
stop.
reaction? Ubonini, when did she see?
So her mom died. I did not tell my mom. I was not going to tell her. I just sat there and, you know, I just was like, I'm not going to say anything. I'm just not. Because then what? Then I'm going to see her reaction. Not me. So her mom died. And then when her mom died, we had to go bury her mom. Makaya, we went all the way to Fipolisi. My cousins and Bumangwan.
Oh, they always say strangers see you first.
They were the first. They were like, your breast, your tummy. Everybody knew what my body looks like except for my mom. But you also I have to make this clear. My mom is a very old mom. So she had me really, really late in her life. Everybody was like tripping.
And people close by
No, they don't.
The family members were tripping. They were spazzing. Like, no. Those boobs. She's with child. Everybody kept on saying
How many
this.
months are you at this point?
I am 5.5. And baby's moving. Baby's kicking. I feel every day.
God.
But I don't have the guts to tell my mom. What
You're
am I
still
going to
going
say?
to school, everything.
Babe.
Life is normal.
At this point, no. At this point, Gadocha.
Okay.
Gadocha, I'm just like, I'm running away from everyone. Because now, the streets know. We're coming to that. Let me wrap up this part. let me finish here. So cool. Everybody knows. My brother even comes to me. He's like, dude, everyone's saying this. My other brother comes to me. It's at the funeral. My other brother comes to me. He's like, I know what's about Makalikazi. But I just thought they were just like trying to get at you. Now everybody here. Now what's going on? My brothers are angry. They can't wait for us to bury my grandmother so we can go back
Get to the truth.
and get to the truth of this. Now I'm like, June, July. I'm scared. I'm nervous. We bury my grand. Lunch, after lunch, as soon as I do, as soon as he do, my mom's already saying, I'm just like, I'm still not going to say anything. I'm not the one that's going to break a heart. Even if I'm the one that's breaking a heart, but I'm not going to visually
my own
say,
mouth.
nah, I'm not. Fast forward, we get to the doctor. Doctor has been my doctor since I was a baby. Like, she had me, and this was the doctor who was like, because pediatrician, GP, really, who cares? So, doctor, as I walk in, he's like, you want to scan? This is a full-fledged human. My mom is like, hoping she, like, leans back into her chair, like,
Yo.
goes
Doctor,
in.
I don't even have...
That doctor looked at Kamasho.
She exhales. She was hoping he'd say what everybody was saying was a lie. Shame. My poor mommy. Excuse mama. So, yeah, we get the scan, heartbeat, everything, movement. Doctors like, what's up? What's up with it? Bruh. The whole neighborhood was like, I felt like my whole entire neighborhood was not for my progression. Nobody, like, I thought I was such a superstar. I was going to achieve so many things in my life. And now your entire neighborhood, I just re-felt what I felt then.
Sure.
Oh my God.
Get some tissue.
The entire, no, I'm not.
Please bring some tissue.
The entire neighborhood, you know, was like,
Well,
you know,
yes.
unobona ka bomme ba bagotsi ba hao. Aba sa o sheba wa o thabela, aba sa o dumedisa ka.
as if
As if you killed someone.
or you're gonna give this to her child.
As if it's a disease.
Yes,
You know?
Yes.
It was terrible. Yeah, but my entire, like, I'm not even all of my whole neighborhood. My entire neighborhood gave me the cold shoulder. But there was Sibusiso Mtimkhulu, Nkangiso Ngumalo, Kgopotso.
Here you go. Sorry, girl. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's my truth.
Yes.
Kgopotso. Who else? Ooh, if I forgot anyone, I'm sorry. But I was with my guy friends. My guy friends, who are still my friends to date. They knew and they saw what everyone was saying about me. And those niggas came to my house every single day. We never once spoke about what was happening. They kept me in the, this is what you said you want to do. This is where you at. We never once spoke about what was happening around me. Legit, my guy friends, I only had guy friends anyway in the neighborhood. But, you know, even their parents were a bit, but it's okay. Because ke ngwana and, you know, ngwana tsamale, bana ba rona, you know, it's any parent would want to protect their child from any loose-like behavior. You know, they didn't know me. They didn't know that was my first time.
Yes.
For all they knew, I could have been busy with guys every other night.
Yeah.
But the fact that now I'm coming here with this, it means, okay, you're a child, and you being pregnant means that you are having sex. So already parents are like,
And
that isn't just about
the thing with society, that it's obviously a cycle, but how it's the girl child that carries the burden of the shame. You know, it's never the guy.
Sure, yeah,
it's
never.
like you are having sex on your own.
Yeah.
like you did it to yourself.
Yes.
Yeah, 100%. It was just an awful time for me. Teenage pregnancy for me, I will make this statement and say just, teenage pregnancy is the pits. It is the worst possible thing for any teenager. No child should bear a child, not because society looks at it as anything, but because of what you physically go through.
Oh, that's
You're a child.
We
Your
never
body is
talk about
only
that.
your body is only just developing. My boobs and like I only came into my body at 18, 19. But I'd already had a child. So I was physically not ready to bear a child, you know? So it's just awful. The entire experience, PTSD, you know, PTSD for a teenager. That's wild. You're already going through, menopause.
Pregnancy.
Stage.
Yes.
Puberty.
Yeah.
You're already going through puberty, and then you're gonna encounter PTSD too. That's like insane.
Sure.
And in addition to that, you still have to like believe in yourself. You know, how do you get out and become somebody?
So what's your story then? How did you get to that place? Yeah.
My mother, my brothers, those people.
See, this is the thing about when you grow older, you realize that it's always when you're younger, you think it's you against your parents.
Yes.
And the older you get, you realize that actually these people are right behind me, and they're actually in my team, and they're actually in my squad.
Yes.
And my brother the other day said the one big mistake I made was keeping secrets from mom and dad.
Yes.
And the quicker you learn, just tell them.
Just tell them.
They try to help you figure out quickly as well how to
Actually.
move past. You know, they're on your team like permanently.
But we also have a special experience because I've also learned it's not the case for everyone.
Yes.
Sadly.
True.
So we're blessed.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's
Not
something
the case
that is
for
something
everyone.
to say.
But with me, there's a reason why I was so scared of my mom. If I had told my mom, girl, if I were to tell you the number of times I went out, banked, or and she was like, get out of my house, don't you come back here.
So no
Like,
with reason.
Yes, I had reason. She gave me reason to be so scared of her. But anyway, fast forward. My mom found a gynae for me in a medical aid. You know, as long as they can say that.
Yes.
But, you know, I was still on medical aid. And then contact lens. See, it's my wife, my green hazel, and that girl's gonna sniffing seconds star without her permission. I was like,
Medical aid.
Nikki Aina. I was out there, going to medical aid, but she got me a good gynae. I was able to take drugs, pills to make my child get stronger and breastfeed. So
especially because it was quite long time also to anything.
Yeah, so that I can give birth prematurely because it was just too much for me. It was. I was excessively drinking. Like I was not myself. It was an out of body experience. I was not myself. I just wanted my life to just stop. I was just doing everything I was not.
So were you
excessively
drinking while pregnant?
Yes.
Wow.
Throughout my pregnancy, I drank. Yes, and I'm talking about like, Buma. There's a special Amazon Gold, 75 rand for case. Amazon Gold drop. I don't know if you know Amazon Gold. It's not around. Do you know Amazon Gold? Handsome Amazon Gold.
Okay, handsome. Hey, uno base like crazy.
75 rand for 24. Are you crazy? Are you crazy? We will buy that together. Like literally every day. Sure. It was bad. I like went into alcohol. I just banking. I was not myself. Like I didn't even, you know, I wasn't getting along with my teachers. I wasn't getting along with anybody. Anybody who cared about me,
you were pushing them away.
I was pushing them away.
It's hard because you felt you disappointed them.
Yes, I just felt like I was not gonna amount to anything. And then now here's now where the turn comes now. I have to give birth. I go, I'm in theater, I'm like, one injection in my bag. I'm like, out. I can't feel anything. When I come out of theater, my tummy's back to normal. No baby, but I can't feel my legs. I can't feel anything. That's when like everything just
lands.
I'm a mom. You're a mom now. I didn't want to be a mom. I did not want to be a mom. Even to date, I will still say I don't want to have a child. I'm not. No,
maternal.
It's not. I'm not. I am maternal, but to bigger people, like grown people. I don't want to breastfeed. I don't want to have a baby. That's not where I'm at. And if I had the opportunity to redo things, I wouldn't. Because had I not had my child, I would have done my own thing. Because now at this point in hospital where this 360 happened, where I now gave birth, and now my brother's there, my mom's there, baby daddy's, it's just shame. Shame. Like, oh, nah, and as women, we mature faster than they do anyway. So he's just like so freaked out, but he's such a sweetie pie.
And his parents?
He lost his parents.
Okay.
So now and they from the hood.
Sure.
So you can understand, look, my mom, my brothers, like he's also like feeling ashamed because he's a nigga from the hood, and here I am, suburbia. I've almost always lived in suburbia. And now, it's girl, stop. So, yeah, man. My brothers took care of him when I went to school. They were like, we're going to babysit. You have to go. Feta, metriki, feta, university. Like, my child was an infant when I was going to school. And my brother had to stop his life. My mom was still teaching. She had a full-time job. My brother was like, and he's 9 years older than me. But chinchisana now. Okay, today you go. Kitamaga garo, kitamaga train uta Josie every day. Sure. Garo every single day. Man regular monthly ticket, train, metro rate. Every day I have to. You wake up really, really early. I come back really, really late.
Yeah.
You know, I come back. Thank God I wasn't breastfeeding or anything like that. But my family was there for me.
Yeah.
And as soon as Gela's time is over, I'm here now. My brothers have faith in me. I'm like, as soon as I started studying, I got my first radio gig, Alex FM. Second, like 6 months into my first year, Alex FM. Next year, UJFM. Now what? She's modeling. She's doing TV work. Now, it's not just that.
Yeah,
in
we see your face on billboards.
Out here.
Thank
girl,
you, girl.
Out here. On top of that, here I am. I'm selling, I'm working for a tobacco company, Philip Morris International. Out here, I'm traveling. You know, I'm into, what do I say? How do I say this? I am part of the team that's introducing a tobacco product into South Africa that is now in like every other garage. I was part of the team that was introducing it to the country. And now garage, check us. So when I look at this product, I'm just like,
damn, that's me though.
Started from the bottom.
Now we here.
Sure.
So there's that. I'm now doing those things now.
All of these things are building your
at the same time. I got to Joburg and it was a clean canvas.
Yes.
I now am in a position to become the person I've always dreamt of becoming.
Yes.
I am now in a position to be.
So you're saying
who
in
I
the
want
Val
to
you
be.
couldn't be because there's a
No,
stigma.
because there's always that.
Yeah.
Everybody when they see you, yes.
Yeah, when I go.
And then I was pregnant, then Bona now.
Bona jal, o ko boneng. Ho tletse bo. But as soon as I got to Joburg, oh my gosh, everybody wanted to hear what I had to say. Everybody thought exactly what I thought I was so cool. I thought I had content. I thought I was A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And when I got here to Joburg, everybody ate up that A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Everybody was like, wow. I got to be exactly who I've always dreamt of becoming. And nobody questioned it. I said I am. And everybody said, okay. You understand?
Sure.
So I never looked back. I was like, I'm never gonna go. I'll never stay in the Val. But it's very important for me to go back and give back. I have to add value to the Val.
Especially to I feel like girls in your shoes need to hear your story.
Yes. But not just that, like
Yeah,
I'm in football right now.
that.
I'm in football right now as a football administrator. And there's so much that needs to be done. Our country, I cannot afford, if I do leave my country, if I do leave South Africa and go get work overseas, there's no way I can stay there for good. I have to come back. My country and my people need me to be here.
Yeah.
Sure. I have to be a part of the change that I want to see. That's my thing. That's why that's what I'm destined to do. Wing.
We think Agina Lidi questions, like just her story has just engulfed the whole show. But thank you so much for sharing that story. I will ask one question though. You know, so we're speaking to the girl that's listening to you right now.
Yes.
We're speaking to the girl's parent that's listening to you right now. And very briefly, what's your advice in 2 sentences?
Okay, to the mom, take over. Let her be a child. Mutshwarele and let her be a child. And in that, utohula. You know? And to the girl that is watching, that has gone through this,
Or
dude,
is going
you
through
have
this.
to go. You have to go. You have to get rid of everyone and anything that is not making you feel good about yourself. You, even if it means it's just you and your mama, no friends, you gotta let them go. Just cut off everything and everyone and just go. Start that moment where you saw yourself starting is your starting point. That's exactly where you need to start. Go.
And the words are just go. And I really think that that's something that we can all apply to ourselves in whatever place where there's been a little slip or a fall or something that wasn't really part of your journey.
Yes.
I recently heard something, we're all going to fail. Make sure you fail fast.
Yes.
And so we often wallow in this one place where, either teenage pregnancy or whatever it is. I don't know where you failed at. Maybe you failed to get into the course. Maybe you failed to actually even pass matric. I mean, we never talk about that.
And even the word fail, because it's society.
Yes.
It's like just part of your journey.
It's just part of your journey. And number one thing is to just go.
Yes.
Keep going. Kgopotso, thank you so much for sharing your story, your heart, for sharing your tears with us. No, really, these are things that we need to hear.
Yes.
We need to hear these stories. We need to hear how people got it. We need to hear of these small town places that suffocate us. And because I know even with me, everywhere I go, get little Theo. And it's just like, you struggle to create your own identity in a small town. I mean, you're given a label and you must keep running with it, And so, like you said, breaking away. And I often see that, and I know that our time is up. My cameraman is looking at me like, stop it. But I often see that, when a lot of the stars come from these small towns, because we know what it is to get somewhere and be starting on a clean slate.
Yes.
We know what it is to get somewhere and nobody's got a perception of you and you can just keep running. And sometimes you do need to get out of, even if you're from Joburg, Joburg,
yes.
get out.
Especially, actually, but what's something about Josie, but what's on Josie?
Yeah.
Actually, I've never seen, I'm going to say this out loud, like being in class in Joburg, like one of the most laziest students are Joburgers in Joburg.
There's so many opportunities for you.
There's so many opportunities,
but they don't see it.
Classing, they're so lazy. It's like when you get we want to go. We want to get so much done. And they're just like so casual about stuff. And I'm not saying every Joburger, but a lot of the Joburgers are so
But
chill.
I feel like if you're not from the city, you'll generally feel like that. It's when it's like when people come from different parts of Africa. It's like they think like we're lazy, but of course you'll think that if you come from a different context,
I think in any way, step out of your comfort zone. Because I'll fit somewhere. There's this supervisor that I worked with for my master's, and he's now in Dubai, and he said to me, one thing is that you always remember every time you wake up, because it's a foreign place, you're not welcome.
Yes.
You always remember why you're there.
Yes.
Unlike when you're in your comfort zone. So step out of your comfort. I mean, we're using city versus small town, but the truth is it's stepping out of your comfort zone, because there's a part that
it's
you
like
remember.
You have to fight
every day while you're here, and you there's no our friend Fims that was on the episode.
I know.
She always talks about, I ain't going out like that. I ain't going out like that. Because she was in China. She's like, I ain't going out like, so there's this desire to fight when you're out of your comfort zone. And I think that's so important. I said goodbye a long time ago, and so I'm really going to say goodbye once again. Just go. Just go. Goodbye, and God bless.